It's time for the 32 car Hot Wheels drag racing tournament. There's, 32 cars and they're drag racing on a 2-lane extended 6-lane raceway. So, pretty unique track. I usually don't do 2 lanes. Same length as my 6-lane track, but, 2 lanes. There's a lot of picked cars today. And there's just a lot of cars. Well, not a lot of cars, just a lot of picked cars. And decent amount of fast ones. I made sure to pick a lot of decent cars. And there's a lot that were picked. And a lot that weren't picked. Some of these cars are drag racing themed. A lot of them are just random licensed cars and Dior too. Like there's rally cars, police cars, track cars. I don't think... Okay, there's a gasser. There's a gasser. That's like the only dragster here. There were 2 other gassers. Those ones are out. They're eliminated. There's an F1 car. Just a bunch of random stuff. The 2-lane track just goes across my room. It's just a 2-lane track. Time to start the race, starting with the first group. First race is the Camaro Z28 picked by Mario Gamer and the McMurtry Spearling, which doesn't have anyone who picked it. Also, if you're wondering why there's a bunch of car behind the ones that are racing, it was originally going to be a 64-car tournament, but I just changed it so that's like qualifying. Except it wasn't really qualifying, because the qualifying would have been the top 32 cars that would move on. But instead, this is basically just round 2 of the tournament, and round 1 won't be posted. I just did this to make the Decider ride easier. So let's see who's going to win, Camaro or the McMurtry. First race goes to the Camaro. Camaro got the first race. Let's see, will Mario Gamer move on? Yes, he will. In the second race, it's 2 picked cars, those being the Corvette C7 Z06, picked by Garfarf, and the 62 Ford Thunderbird, picked by Hot Wheels Redline Collector. Go. Ooh. Corvette took the first race. That all-metal Thunderbird isn't doing too good. Corvette moves on. And now it's time for the Mercury Comet Cyclone Gasser up against the 91 Mazda Miata, which is picked by Racing TV. First race goes to the Mercury. And the Mercury moves on. In the fourth race, the cars racing are the Jaguar XJ220, picked by Ralph's Racers and Hot Wheels Race Day, and the Shelby Cobra, picked by XLE's DYZ. Go. I'm anticipating this race. The Jaguar takes the first one. Second race, that Jaguar's doing pretty good, but the Cobra's getting close. And the race will go to the Jaguar. Volkswagen Beetle versus a Land Rover 90. The Beetle takes the first one, and the Land Rover did something weird. I don't know how he did that. That Land Rover's good on the downhill, but it's not very good on the straights because the Beetle will move on. Next race, it's a 62 Volkswagen Beetle, this one being a Matchbox, versus the Nissan Z Proto. Nissan seems like some food trucks are coming in as well. Let's see if my previous fastest, well, not really previous, he was my fastest in like 2021. But let's see if that Beetle used to be my fastest can actually beat the Nissan. Oh, the Beetle takes the second race. Maybe lane 5's a bit faster. Time for the deciding race, Beetle versus Nissan. It'll be the Nissan moving on. Lane 5's definitely faster. Time for the Ford F-150 SVT Lightning versus Mazda Repo, and for some reason the ice cream truck and the fajita truck are just in the middle. Why are they there? First race will go to the F-150, and seems like the blue ice cream truck, the fajita truck, is faster than the ice cream one. Can the Mazda Repo come back? And yeah, there's more cars in the middle. What are we doing? Oh, okay. Only the Polaris Slingshot out of the 2 in the middle finished. What a drag, didn't do good. It seems like the F-150 moves on. 82 Chevy Silverado versus Ford GT40 Mark IV. Not even close. I don't think I have to do a re-race. Cupra E-Racer versus Volkswagen Käfer Racer. Volkswagen takes the first one. I just realized there's a crap ton of Beetles in this tournament. Yeah, I guess 3 can be considered a crap ton. I mean, there's also a lot of F-150s. Yeah. I completely forgot to say the Cupra E-Racer was picked by Bardock. And it beats the Volkswagen in the second race. And moving on is the Käfer Racer. Alright, next race, the Honda Odyssey picked by I Love Swap, and the Olds 442 picked by the Real Noller. If you're wondering why name for the person who picked Cupra E-Racer was like edited in, it's because I accidentally said the Real Noller instead of Bardock, who was the person who picked the Cupra E-Racer. So that's my bad. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, not even close. Honda Odyssey moves on. Honda Civic Si versus Lotus F1 car. Honda takes the first one. Honda Civic Si took that first race. I know it's a speed demon, but like, dang, beating an F1 car is crazy. Next race is the Fiat Beast of Turin, picked by El Segundo Coupe and Ralph's Racer's wife, and the Jaguar Mark 1. The Jag takes the first race. Surprising that Beast of Turin did really good in my second anniversary tournament. Who's gonna win? And it'll be the Jaguar. Ford RS200 picked by the Hot Wheels kid versus the Dodge Monaco police car. At this rate, actually, I don't think there's gonna be any matchboxes left. I think all the matchboxes are gonna be done. But anyways, the RS200 easily won that. Tuned Pagani Zonda versus the Dodge Charger Pursuit. Charger takes the first race, very surprisingly. Let's see, will the Dodge win it? With the Zonda in the fast lane. Ooh, that was really close. Zonda just hit a bump. With the Zonda in the fast lane. Let's see who will take it. The Zonda just barely won that. It was a very close race. And it'll be the Zonda. Toyota RAV4 Off-Road versus Dino 206 GT. First race, Dino. Race number 2, about 2. Ooh, that was real close. Might have been the RAV4. Deciding race, they both have one win because the track's inconsistent, but it'll go, surprisingly, to the RAV4. Dior 2 versus Custom Ford Maverick for the last race. And, no competition. Dior 2 takes it. Now, time for the second or third round, whatever. The final 16. Congrats to Garf Farf, Hot Wheels Race Day, Ralph's Racers, I Love Swap, Mario Gamer, and the Hot Wheels kid for moving on. Great job from everybody, even the ones that got out. Time to start the next round with these 16 cars that are all pretty speedy. I'm surprised a Matchbox got in. I want that Jaguar to win. I was pretty excited about that one when I got it. I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't tell. It was blocked by another car that was in the pack, that being the T-Bird. And, yeah, the XJ was in the pack as well. Packs were damaged, so I opened them. Worth it. Let's see, who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win this next round and make it to the final 8? Mario Gamer in the Camaro up against that Mercury. First race will go. The Mercury. Can Mario Gamer, like, catch up? Let's see. Seems like he can't. The Mercury will I think barely move on. That was pretty close. Time for Garf Farf in the Corvette and Ralph's Racers and Hot Wheels Race Day in the XJ220. First race will go to the Jaguar. This is the last car picked by 2 people to be in. There were only 2 cars, the other being the Beast of Turin. Let's see, can Garfarf catch up? No, he cannot. The Jaguar moves on. Seems like lane 5's now the slow lane, it looks like. Maybe it's the cars that are inconsistent. I can't really tell. F-150 Lightning versus the Beetle. F-150 takes the first race. Come on, little Beetle, you can do it. No, you cannot. F-150 moves on. Now it's the Nissan versus the Ford GT40. Wow, that GT40 is surprisingly fast. Takes the first race. This GT40 is really surprising me. I haven't raced them all that much. Second race, we'll go to the Nissan. Deciding race unless it's a tie. Wow, I think that was the Nissan. Civic Si versus Käfer Racer. Volkswagen takes the first one. Käfer Racer is now in the closer lane. Let's see if he can win it. And Käfer Racer will move on. That's surprising. The Civic's also quite fast. Maybe if they're still making that casting, I should pick up a new one. Because my Civic, it's a 2021 release. And it's secondhand. I Love Swap in the Honda Odyssey versus the Jaguar Mark 1. First race, the Jag. And now the Jaguar's in the close lane, the slower lane. And yet he still beats I Love Swap. Which means now if the Hot Wheels kid moves on, there will only be 2 picked cars left. Which is kind of crazy. There were a lot of picks in round 1. Or round 2. Whatever I want to say it is. I'd say round 1 was the round of 64 that I didn't post. And then round 2 was the round of 32. So yeah, round 2 had so many picked cars. And now there's probably only going to be 2 if Hot Wheels kid moves on. The Hot Wheels kid in the RS200 versus the RAV4 Off-Road. RAV4 is a pretty speedy matchbox, but seems like the Ford takes it. Pagani Zonda versus Dior 2. Dior 2 will take the first one. Now, let's see if Dior 2 will move on. Probably will. Yep. The Pagani's out. That means there's only one hypercar left, and that's the XJ. Here are the final 8. Very good group of cars. Honestly, kind of unexpected quarterfinals. Didn't expect the Jaguar to get in there, but I mean, I don't race it all that much. Käfer Racer was a bit of a surprise. Nissan, too. F-150 as well. I also was surprised by some eliminations, like this guy. Thought he'd do better. Lost to the Monaco police car. CRX. That one was kind of sad. Prius. Corvette, but I mean, it was going up against the XJ. Repu, a little surprising that it's done, but I mean, I haven't raced it too much, and it doesn't seem to be too good. And there's some cars that I kind of expected to not do too good. The Olds 442, that one's got real riders. Dixie Challenger, that one's like old, you know. But anyways, I've been talking for like almost a minute. I just got to start the round now. Mercury versus F-150. Mercury takes the first one. Let's see, can the F-150 catch up? I know I've said this about a lot of cars and then they don't, but the F-150 got close. Mercury moves on. Jaguar XJ220 picked by Ralph's Racers and Hot Wheels Race Day up against that Nissan Z Proto. Why is my camera unfocusing when I'm recording this at daytime? There we go. Seriously, what's up with my camera? Why is it unfocusing? It's literally daytime. Jaguar really proving to be a speed demon. And it'll move on to the semifinals. The Ford's been absolutely dominating. Definitely a great pick from the Hot Wheels kid. Same goes for the Jaguar XJ220. That's also a great pick. And then there's the Käfer Racer. I guess maybe we'll have to say goodbye to that Käfer Racer. The Ford's gapped everyone, but I mean, it went against matchboxes. The Ford takes the first race. This is the first time I'll have to do a re-race with the RS200. Let's see who will win. It'll be the Ford. Jaguar Mark 1 versus Dior 2. Dior 2 barely takes the first race. Let's see who will move on to the semifinals, or will it be a tiebreaker? Seems like it won't be. Dior 2 was way farther ahead than last time. Our final four. This is an interesting final group of cars. I'm pretty excited. 64 cars, but only 4 are in the finals, which means 60 cars are out. And only 2 of all the picked cars will move, or only 2 of the picked cars are left. Well, let's see who will move on to the finals. Mercury versus Ford. That Ford has been doing great. Hot Wheels Kid is probably pretty happy about how this car is doing, because it's going fast. Who will move on to the finals? And it'll be a tiebreaker, of course. So let's see who will now move on to the finals. And it'll be... Oh, might be the Cyclone. It'll be... I can't tell who was ahead because, I mean, this guy got a head start, but also he's taller, so he's able to activate the finish line before this guy, if they're ever in a tie. So, now the deciding race, and I'll try to keep track of their positions. It'll very easily on that race be the Escort. That was a pretty good challenge, but... Oh, no, it's not an Escort, it's RS200. But that means that the Hot Wheels Kid with the RS200 will move on to the finals. Now time for the Jaguar versus Dior 2. Hopefully this one isn't as close. Let's see, first race. The Jaguar. Come on, let's see who's gonna win it. The Jaguar, Dior 2. Let's see who wins it. Oh, I swear if this is gonna be a tiebreaker, I'm genuinely just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, explode or something. Jaguar, Dior 2. Let's see who wins it. So, after that race, one car was very slightly ahead, but didn't activate the finish line because it wasn't tall enough, and that was the XJ220, which means 2 picked cars will be fighting in the finals. One picked by one person, and the other picked by 2 people. And something crazy about that Escort, or not the Escort, oh my god, the RS200, is that it has been doing all this with a bent rear axle. And not just a little wobble, it's actually pretty bent. That is impressive. And maybe that's why it's so inconsistent. Ralph's Racers and Hot Wheels Race Day versus the Hot Wheels Kid. Let's see. Who will become the champion? First to 3 wins this time, instead of either first to 2 wins, or if you just gap the other. Go. First race will be the Ford. RS200 has 1 win, Jaguar has none. Second race goes to the Ford. Alright, this could be the final race if that Ford does it. And the Ford is the winner of the 64-car Hot Wheels drag racing tournament, which also means congratulations to the Hot Wheels Kid for picking the winning car. And a great job from everybody else who competed in this race. Well, now I guess it's time to see if that Ford RS200 will move on to, I guess, the top 16 fastest, which is currently, the current gatekeeper for 16th is High Beam. So let's see if he can beat High Beam and get into the top fastest. Can he beat High Beam? Pretty easily, actually. Let's see if he can do it in the second race. Now, time to see who will win, if the Escort or the Ford will move on. And it seems, High Beam catches up last second. Let's see, will this be the end of High Beam, or will it be the end of the Ford? It'll be the end of High Beam. Time to see if he can get past the winner of the 96-car Hot Wheels tournament that I did recently. Because I've done multiple 96-car Hot Wheels tournaments. This is the recent one I'm talking about. See if we can beat Baseline. First race goes to the Ford. Alright, let's see. And the Ford advances. Wow. RDO9, who defends that 14th spot very well. First race goes to the Ford. Wow. That racing drone might actually be defeated today. Let's see. Not yet. So, this is deciding, I guess. Will RDO9 keep the 14th place spot, or will the Ford pass? And it'll be RDO9. The Ford RS200 managed to get 15th fastest, which means that now it's another licensed car, another Ford, getting into my top fastest. It's mainly Fords. Like, half of my licensed fastest cars are Fords. The other half are Bugattis, Teslas, and Camaros, and that's it. Just a Bugatti, a Tesla, a Camaro, and 3 Fords. Anyways, thank you for watching, and again, shout out to the Hot Wheels kid for now having his picked car, but not just win, but become my 15th fastest Hot Wheel. Yeah, goodbye. Thanks for watching.